It's your guy, Flourish Factory Fred, and you know where we at. We live at the Flourish Factory. I got a special guest here today. I'm gonna let her introduce herself, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna give her the stage. You know what I mean?
Yes. So I'm Xiomara, and I'm the owner of Prosper Planner.
Ooh, you know what I'm saying? Prosper Planner.
That's right.
Okay, and it's funny, it's interesting because I think I had met you, like a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
You were at like Black on the Block.
That's right.
When they had it in the Dome.
Yes.
Shout out to Black on the Block.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you were selling these planners.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think first of all, the design has always been fly.
Thank you.
On these planners.
Thank you.
And so, yeah, just I guess for us right now, as you come onto the show, you come to the Flourish Factory, Prosper Planners.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yes.
you got Gratitude Journal.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about like, why stationery? Why? What got you into this business right here?
Yeah. So one day I was sitting at my desk and I was like looking for a planner that I could use that focused on my spirituality and setting goals, and I didn't really find anything. So
Okay.
because I come from a creative background, I got on my computer and I was like, I'm gonna design on myself. And then I thought, well, if it's something that I want that I can't find, it must be something that other people want. So I was like, let me go into market with it. Let me actually find a manufacturer, produce it. But the main purpose of me starting it was really just, I wanted something that was different and like really again, just that had my spirituality and I can set goals. So that's something that you'll see in all of our products. They're always with scriptures, there's places for prayers and affirmations, but there's also places to make sure you're focusing on your goals and getting things done. So.
And that's what the whole process to do. I think that's like the secret sauce right there, right?
Yeah.
Like, so do you actually write all the content out for like the scriptures and all that stuff? Like like that's a big process,
Yeah.
right? Because you could have just like made a quick little journal, right?
Right.
You could have made a quick planner, right? You could have just copied and pasted. What made you like? I guess like the one thought process is like, what was that process in trying to find all that?
Yeah.
And then like, why were you so convicted?
Yeah. So for me, the ones that I have now, when I first started, they were different, right? So throughout the years, I did the first planner. It was a different style. Then the next year, I added more things. I took some more things out. I was like, okay, this worked, this didn't work. I got the feedback from my customers in terms of what they liked, what they didn't like. And again, I just come from a creative background, so it was nice for me to get a design every page, like all the lines, all the bullets, all the quotes and the scriptures on each page. I take my time and fill them out. You know, I'm researching them. Okay, this week we're gonna have, like, every month also has like a topic. So I'm researching the scripture of the month and what goes with that, and every affirmation that's gonna go in each week. So, but that's my brain. My brain is super creative, so I loved it.
How long does it take you to design one of these books?
Well, now that I kind of have it, the inside is like just going back in, changing some of the scriptures, updating the months at each calendar year because it changes, right?
Yeah.
So it just depends. It's maybe like a month or so, and I mean, it takes a process. Like I'm kind of thinking about it all year, like in terms of, okay, hey, what's the new color? You know, it's gonna, like lavender is super hot, right? So
Yeah.
adding those colors, so just seeing what's outside and like, okay, these are ideas. Okay, I'm gonna save this in my folder for when I'm designing next year's stuff. Okay, remember the florals, remember this. So, but I mean, all in all, probably like if I sit down into it, maybe like a month or so just to kind of get everything like squared away.
Okay.
For the design, now that I kind of have it streamlined and I know what I want.
Okay, and how many years have you been doing the process?
So this is my 5th year.
Ooh, okay. You know what? Most businesses fail within their first year.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give you a round of applause. If you see a round of applause for that,
Thank you.
because it's 5 years,
Yeah.
right? So we're gonna pivot off the products real quick,
Okay.
right? We're gonna talk to the business owners out there,
Okay.
right? People that are just starting,
Yeah.
or maybe you're like 6 months in.
Yeah.
What's your advice to a business owner now that you are a 5-year business owner, right? There must be a jacket or something, a ring for that. We gotta get you something.
Give me a
Right.
give me a crown.
Right,
Okay?
exactly. So
A lot. So first of all, you learn a lot, and I would say to remember your why, right? And also learn how to service your customers with what they want, not necessarily what you want all the time. So sometimes we're like, okay, I love this product, I'm gonna stand by it, but maybe your customer wants a different version of it or different, so it's like, even though it's running your business, like really find out kind of what that customer wants and pivot towards their needs. That way they'll stay with you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And don't give up. But it's hard, especially if you're product based, you know. It takes a lot of money up front to invest in your inventory and stuff like that, but it's really something you stand by. Get help. I would say, you know, for me.
Oh.
Right, like for me, just doing, you know, doing the business, doing the marketing, doing the taxes, doing all that stuff, like it's too much to do it on your own. So really try to find either it's friends or if you can outsource stuff, do that. Because if you look at most successful businesses, there's people that are delegated different things. So really take that burden off yourself, trying to do it all by yourself. I know when you start off, you can't pay people, you know, but try to find a way to have people help and come on board, because that'll just help you be able to work out what you're good at and, you know, just delegate those other tasks.
Okay.
So,
Hey, quick business gems from a 5-year business owner. Let's make sure you give her a round of applause. If y'all in the comments right now, you know, make sure y'all blowing up the comments right now, showing the love, right? All right, so let's get to the products.
Yeah.
I purchased the product. Okay, so like I can stand by this. This is Flourish Factory approved.
Yes.
Okay, so well, first we're gonna break out to the planners.
Okay.
Okay, so tell me about the planners and like, you know, in terms of, I guess, the process of like you building it out, but also like who are these made for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what's the target audience here?
So our target audience is really anybody. I love this specifically for like people in sport, people that are working, because it has the hourly schedule. It's really for people that want structure, right? So people that are even business owners, which I know a lot of business owners have fought too, because like, okay, I have this meeting. Or people that are working and doing, you know, business on the side, like they have to write certain things down. I have this meeting, but also at nighttime I'm going to work on X, Y, and Z. So this, you know, I really love this for just people that love to be super organized and just really writing things down. You'll hear it over and over, right? Like when you write things down, it registers in your brain. Like, cause I know now we're really tech, which is great, but like people have told me time and time, like using your planner and writing stuff down, it has made a tremendous difference in how I, you know, show up, and seeing it written down on my desk. I'm okay, don't forget to have this meeting, I have to run errands at this time, and just really, you know, keeping that structure.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now,
The gratitude journal.
the gratitude journal.
Yes.
Right. So you started off with the plan.
Yes.
Okay, you started off with the planners, and then you decided to make the gratitude journal.
Right.
Let's talk about that real quick, right?
Yeah.
Because I think I feel like when you meet a lot of business owners, everyone's like, oh, I want to do 10 things.
Yeah.
So it seems like you started off with something solid.
Yeah.
And what was the decision that made you want to like, okay, it's time to launch something else?
Yeah. So just customer feedback, right? So yeah, I had the planner for the first 4 years. This journal just came out with it this year.
Woo!
Yeah.
You heard that? You heard the other?
Yeah.
New.
Right. So it was time for me. Okay, I have my planners. I've had my customer base. They love what I do, you know. So now it's like, what can they add in addition to that? And I was like, should I do a planning journal? Should I do a prayer journal? And all I heard was gratitude, gratefulness. A lot of people focusing on just having that grateful and thankful mentality. So it's like, okay. From people, you know, like customers or people out, you know, at different markets and stuff.
You heard that? Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably heard from upstairs too, but
right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying? But
yeah.
you actually had like feedback on the next step.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because again, I was like, I want to do a prayer journal. You know, I want to do what I want to do. Because like, what are people in the market saying? And so when I go to the markets like Bottom of the Fog or other markets that I was doing, people are like, oh, you should do this. But you know, I'm really into gratefulness. I'm really into gratitude, journaling my gratitude. So I was like, okay, I can create a gratitude journal. So that's what was my idea, to create a gratitude journal that are complementary to the planners. So that was how I decided to. But again, like you said, it's not something I did right away, right? One, because it takes money, and two, you have to introduce yourself to your customers at a pace, right? Sometimes you're like, I'm gonna do all this at one time, like you said, but it's like, then people get overwhelmed, and you know, you really want to build your base first and then add the toppings on top.
Okay, and so the gratitude journals is the topping.
Yeah.
Give me the top 3 features of the gratitude journal that you want everyone to know about real quick.
So every morning you have a prompt to write your gratefulness. So there's three spaces for that. There's a place for your prayer every day. And then on the evening side, what I like, there's a highlight of the day. So it's like, regardless of what happened, what is one positive thing I could take away from what happened? So I like that because it really just is like the highlight of the day, regardless of how your day went.
Okay, all right, and I'm gonna ask a question, because most people will be out here asking questions like, this is a question I feel like most people may be watching and asking. Why do I need a gratitude journal? Like, what's the point, you know what I'm saying, like, with having to do all that, right?
Yeah.
What's the value back in my life for me to sit and use this journal?
Yeah, you know, it just really just helps your mental state, you know, there's so much social media. So much, like I'm, you know,
Still follows.
Right. Go in the comments.
I mean, subscribe. But go ahead.
You know, there's people around us, there's all these different things, and when we take the 5 minutes a day to just sit down and take our thoughts and take, you know, what's going on in our life and write it down and just release it, it really just helps us. Like, I've seen the transformation of my own self. Like, hey, I'm grateful for these things, and then I'm walking down my day like, okay, you know what? I had a great night, I have food, I have this, or whatever it is, and it really just changes your mindset in terms of focusing on what's happening externally to what's happening internally, and that just changes their whole mental, which, for me at least, and a lot of people I hear about, it's like that mental health is what can help you do with anything. So once that's solid, you know, everything else kind of flows from there. So that's why it's important. That's why you need one, okay?
Okay. I like that. You do need that. And so, I guess the last piece about it is just like, who do you feel like this is a great gift for?
Mother's Day's coming up. Did you guys know that? Your mom, she's grateful. She's grateful for some stuff. I know y'all have friends. I mean, really anyone, you know, whether it's a coworker, your boss, if you're in school, a teacher, or someone you know, a mom, you know, and honestly anyone. Okay. Teenagers can write in this. It's not something super heavy, you know. Graduation's coming up around the corner, so these are great gifts to give out to someone who's graduating high school, doing some plans or whatever. So really anyone, you know, anyone that can write can use the Prosper Planner products, okay?
Anybody can get it. Anybody, okay? I love that. And do you have any future products that you would like to launch?
Right now, those are still in the works, so I can't say.
Okay, top secret. I'm going to have to bring you back.
That's right.
I'm going to have to bring you back. You know, if you guys are looking to purchase yourself a gratitude journal or a Prosper Planner, make sure you go check out her website.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Go ahead, give it a plug to the website.
So, prosperplanner.com, PROSPER, and then planner, PLANNER. Prosperplanner.com.
Cool. And if not, you can catch it on the Flourish Factory.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Click the link below. We'll drive you directly to that. I mean, like, these things are just so, I think the design on these is definitely my favorite part.
Yeah.
It's just like, aesthetically, like, you got it. And when you open it in, the content follows through.
Yeah.
So it's Flourish Factory approved.
Yes.
Z, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And hey, we appreciate all of y'all for checking in on the Flourish Factory. Hit the link below, subscribe, like, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Get your stuff.
And make sure you go get your Prosper Planner.
That's
if you don't get one for Mother's Day,
Yeah.
get one for a birthday, get one for a graduation. They're just great gifts
Yeah.
that'll just enlighten everyone's life around you. And on top of that, man, make sure you follow the Flourish Factory page, man. Everywhere, all platforms, we here. We'll be back with all dope products. Peace.
Bye.